Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, just a couple of weeks away. We've already gotten confirmation that it has over 1 million pre-orders. Now, what does that mean for Bungie, and is the pressure on? Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? That guy right here with another daily discussion video. Today, I want to continue our talk about Destiny 2 The Witch Queen, which is only a couple of weeks away. And with that, I saw that Bungie recently posted a tweet suggesting that the game, the major expansion, already has over 1 million pre-orders. Now, this is putting it on track to be one of the most anticipated, most sold expansions that Destiny has ever done. I want to say that probably the most successful expansion they've ever done would probably be Forsaken. I would be surprised if anything has beaten that, but the Witch Queen has a lot of hype around it. It has people excited in a very good way. Now, this puts the pressure on Bungie. Why is that? Well, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. You have 1 million people that are anticipating your game, that is very excited for your game. And so far, there are some areas that definitely need to be fine-tuned and be touched upon that haven't really done so. With only a couple of TWABs left between now and the release of the new expansion, it has me a little bit worried that we might be seeing something along the lines of Beyond Light versus something original and new. Now, I don't want to be on the negative train. I'm still excited for the expansion, and regardless of what Bungie ends up doing, of course, I'll have my criticisms and thoughts, but it's not going to be necessarily to the point where I'm trash the game or say that it's trash, say it's not good or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I still love this game, as I'm sure you guys do as well. But I'm going to be critical, I'm going to be critical because I think in terms of new PvP experiences, new PvP maps, we've gotten very little information about that. I think they had mentioned that there might be some new maps coming, 1 or 2, as well as I think 1 or 2 returning maps, something like that. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, which I probably am, but I did hear that there are some new maps coming, or some returning maps, I should say, that'll be coming in addition to 1 or 2 new ones. So, I think that's great, but they definitely need a major overhaul. Now, there have been some jokes going around that with the recent buyout from PlayStation for $3.6 billion, that this is suggesting that they will finally have enough money to add maybe 1 new map. I sure hope that they have plans to add more than 1 new map, but, naturally, we'll see how this goes. But if we're moving on past talking about PvP maps, we also have to think about Gambit. Now, I know we all have, our thoughts about Gambit. It is a very sour subject, and to be honest with you, it is an extremely hot topic. There definitely should have been some sort of discussion, at least with the, before a month out from the new expansion, that suggests that Gambit is getting a rework. Maybe it's getting a new mode. Maybe they're getting rid of it altogether. Any news would have been good news, but it seems that not much has been talked about in terms of Gambit, which leads me to believe that going into this new expansion, there is going to be more or less the same old. In addition, we have to talk about strikes. I'm sure we can imagine that there will be maybe 1 or 2 new strikes, maybe 1. I don't even want to get my hopes up and say there will be more than 1. But, in terms of Vanguard experiences, maybe there'd be a different kind of strike thing or something. I don't know. A lot of this, of course, is me setting my expectations too high, hoping that because it's a new yearly release, that this will, produce something substantially new. I think more or less it's going to be the same old Destiny. I think the Vanguard will be the same. Crucible may have 1 or 2 new experiences. They did say they were bringing back a fan favorite mode. And Gambit will more or less be Gambit, but it would be really nice to see them add some of these things. But the point of this video is to suggest that I think the pressure's on for Bungie. I think the pressure's on. You have, whenever Bungie steps out and says, hey, we're taking the stage, everybody watches. Everybody gets up and looks to see what Bungie's doing, even for a game that a lot of people love to hate on. But I would love to see Bungie really just shut up the haters and say, hey, we got new Gambit stuff. We got a new Gambit map. Maybe we got some new Gambit weapons. We got some new Crucible experiences, new Crucible modes, maybe some maps. A lot of this stuff just doesn't seem too much to ask for from the community. Now, I think if you go as far as to say, hey, we want 10 new maps this year for this expansion, or it's trash, I think that's probably going too far to say, like, okay, your expectations might be a little too high. But I think for the last 2+ years, PvP has gotten very little, if anything, in terms of like new experiences. So I think you have 1 million people, vying for, anticipating this game. I think it's going to be, you know, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that. And I hope that Bungie can impress a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot that hasn't been talked about yet in terms of the expansion experiences that we might be able to look forward to. I'm sure they're keeping some of these things close to the chest because they want people to be excited and to be surprised by what they have. But I just really hope it is not another Beyond Light thing. And with 1 million pre-orders, another thing that I'm worried about that I hope that they can handle are the servers. I hope that they've prepared at least a little bit in preparation for, you know, potentially 1 million people trying to sign on to your servers on day one. This happened with Beyond Light, it happened with Forsaken, and it's happened with just about every new Destiny yearly release that's happened since its inception. That whenever there's a yearly release, there is always a major pile up in the servers. So much so that last year you couldn't even get into the game until halfway through the day. The expansion for myself had been out for a few hours before I was able to get on. I think I had to wait till the evening time on day one. So for a lot of people, you know, that really want to hop in and are very excited to hop in on day one, you know, at the moment it drops, of course, you know, you can expect there to be a queue. That's just the nature of the business. But I really hope that they don't have these major glaring issues that prevent people from getting on for hours into the game, especially on a big expansion, you know, surprise day one kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, those are my general thoughts. I would say that the pressure's on, man. 1 million people have pre-ordered this game, with I'm sure, you know, a couple thousand more prepared to pre-order before it launches and then after. So the pressure's on for Bungie. I really hope that they have some things up their sleeve that we don't even know about. I really hope that the weapon crafting system is intricate in a way that's interesting but not too grindy. And yeah, I hope that for those people who may be giving Destiny a second chance, or second or third or fourth chance, that Bungie really impresses. So far, I am looking forward to Savathun and that whole story and the world that we're going to be able to experience. I'm really looking forward to that. The weapons look amazing. The exotic gear looks awesome as always. I really just hope that there's, you know, substantial expansion level content in this new thing, in this new expansion. So those are my general thoughts. Like I said, the pressure's on for Bungie, man. The pressure is on. You don't get 1 million people to just pre-order your expansion for nothing. Like, there people are going to be expecting something, and I hope that Bungie can deliver. But what are you guys' thoughts? What are you looking forward to the most in this new expansion? Do you think PvP may get a rework? Do you think there's something in PvP that they haven't talked about yet because they want people to be surprised? Let me know down in the comments below. I will be looking for your comments as always. But until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like on this video, as it greatly does help out the channel. And I hope that you're safe. I hope you're doing well. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.